Hello, everyone. All right, guys, I'm here to issue a challenge to you, a 7 day challenge, at least an hour a day for the next week or whenever you start, where you take control of your own destiny in your Madden 25 franchise rebuilds the rest of the way. I want you to have the best experience, and it just takes a little bit of work. Like I said, an hour a day for 7 days. You're going to make all the free agency signings, you're going to make all the trades. I'm going to show you how to do it, how I'm doing it, and it will be a nice base to start from whenever you want to do a franchise and have all the teams have realistic rosters. Madden's not going to do it for you. You can't download this league or a league from someone where they have all the rosters set. You're through the 2024 season. Draft order is set. You have to do it on your own. But it takes a little bit of work. It's a little tedious. Sometimes players are gonna retire and you have to recreate them, but it's not a lot. Like I said, an hour a day for 7 days, and you can have the perfect experience for the rest of Madden 25 rebuild season. Um, I'm going to show you how to do it, right? And if you don't know who I am, my name is David. This is Franchise Revival. I do rebuild content to help you with your rebuilds and my own rebuilds. And if you remember or recognize that intro I had, the hello everyone, if you could tell me who that is, because he just popped up on my screen again, this content creator. I've watched this guy 15 plus years ago when Black Ops was just becoming real popular. The most interesting content I've ever seen. So that's a side tangent, or not a tangent, but it's just a sidebar there. Just tell me who says hello everyone. It just gets me every time. It still gets it. I watched videos from 15 years ago this morning for a little bit. So anyway, let's get into the video of how you're going to create the perfect Madden rebuild experience for the rest of Madden 25. All right, well, this is what we're going to do. It's simple, but it's a little time consuming. If you have a roster already, I would get that set. Go to the download center, find your roster. If not, don't worry. You don't have to have the roster right away. As you'll see, my franchise I have set. Still waiting for the update to the roster. So it's all good. So let's go into franchise here. Create a new league. I'm doing offline. Preach it. Can't preach it enough. And that's why you got to do all this work. And it's the only way you can do all this work. It's the only way you can get realistic, up-to-date rosters for the next season in Madden 25. I wish Madden just like could you throw CFM a bone and update the rosters so we can kind of do our rebuilds and stuff. It'll keep people playing longer, but whatever. We don't need them. Everyone else, mods, all these guys create draft rosters and stuff. We all just handle it ourselves. All right, so let's start with, let's say, I might start with who has the first pick. They still have the same coach, so I'm going to leave it there. Starting point, we'll do regular season. Don't want to use a custom coach on this. I always just set it to all Madden. Put it at 15. It doesn't matter if you're doing quick sim. It doesn't matter what you set this at, but I still set it to 15. But if you're doing, please turn these off, yeah, because we don't want to listen to this crap the whole way here. Pre-existing injury, I turn off. Progressive fatigue, turn off. Draft, unlimited. Got to go unlimited. Especially because we're going to be making a lot of moves this coming off season. What else? Breakout scenarios, blah, 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 blah. And then you want to go fill roster off. All right. Now let's start the regular season. First thing I recommend doing, I did not do this in mine, and it just made me do extra work, is you want to go to user teams, hit new character.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
And just start Next, I would just start adding coaches. You want to fill every team, and you're gonna have to recreate your own coaches. Like the Raiders need an updated coach, the Patriots need a new coach. So this is where you do it, um, and you fill in all of the teams with a coach. It'll make it so much easier because if you only do one team like I did and advance through the season, all these teams are going to make cuts and signings that you're going to have to fix. And it makes for way more work. And this is where a little bit of the tedious part is. Get your phone, get a computer, and you just go to the schedule. Go to league schedule and just start setting, all right, home win, away win. Just start doing that for every week all the way through the playoffs. It's a little time consuming, but you'll thank yourself later. We'll go into my league and I'll show you. So as you can see, I have this league titled Main. So I will use this as my main starting point. But we'll get to that in a second. So look, I can still have my draft class. We're in the first round of free agency. If you guys are wondering, you can still upload a draft class up until the final stage before the draft starts. So you can definitely go through entire free agency and still be able to upload it. See, sign free agents. We're the Raiders. The only thing is, when I started this, Pete Carroll is not the head coach, so I will eventually change this. But look, you got my targets here. You can see how ridiculous some of these signings are. I mean, man, I was like, whoa, yeah. This is a big contract. This is a shit contract for Jeremy Chin. But NFL and Madden ratings do not align. So I went through every team. I fixed all the rosters, cut everybody who needed to be cut. I have everyone set for all their signings from the first round of free agency. And then when I'm ready to start a league from this point, and then look, I can also add the draft class still, right? So you're going to hit down. I'm on PlayStation, so you're going to hit down on the right stick. And then you're going to go to new and title it the next, what's the next one I'm going to do? Saints. Boom. Type in Saints. It's saved. Now you're in the Saints saved file. You can go back here and you can check. So I got my main and now I got my Saints. And then I would probably, if I was starting today and had an updated free agent class, I would add that draft class, not free agent class, this draft class, advance through to the draft, and then eventually take myself off of all of these user teams. Make sure that you keep ownership of all the teams after the draft, because there are going to be some players that are getting far too small of a free agent offer that they're not going to accept it through all 3 rounds of free agency. So just be mindful of that. It'll be a couple guys, but for the most part, it's just a little bit more work you have to do after the draft, but all good. No. But, I mean, we're up to date on all the signings, all the cuts, like I said. And, now I have a basis for any rebuild I want to do. And then once the draft comes in a month, I will be on, every team, go back to the main, keep progressing as it goes, take the main rebuild franchise, do every draft pick in order, make sure it's all right, do the best I can, and then after the draft starts the big rebuild, the big show, which if you're new here, is we pretty much I do every slow sim of every game for the entire next season with updated rosters. So that's what this is leading to. Excuse me. But it's that simple. I mean, it's a little tedious. You can make it easier on yourself. And like the what is it? Gaming rosters. What's this guy's thing? Yeah, so once Sports Gaming Rosters updates his draft class from the combine, I will add that in and I will start a franchise. I might not even wait. I got a day off today, so probably gonna do that. So while we wait for him to finish his draft class, if you think you use his or thinks his are the best, then I recommend doing this while you wait. You know, only takes a couple hours. Get your phone, go through what's the website here? CBS NFL. They have all the up-to-date signings and their contract. So I just go from team to team. Like it starts at Arizona, I believe, and you just go down the page. I search all off-season moves NFL, and then I got the CBS NFL, and it has every contract. You can also go and use ourlads.com, which is really good for depth charts, and they have it color coded so it can show you exactly where these players are going to play in their new team, and it, here's the starters and here's the new additions that are like kind of highlighted in different colored text. So use your resources, and that's pretty much it. It's seems simple in the video, but it just time consuming. It took me about an hour a day last week. I started, so if you can do a couple 2 to 3 hours, you probably bang it out faster. 2 to 3 hours a day. It just takes a while to get a little bit on a roll back into it, but just take a week and save yourself a bunch of time going forward with just having a save point, a starting point for an up-to-date league, no matter what rebuild you do. So there you go. That's it. Simple. So there's my challenge to you. My challenge to you is to set up a main league like this with everything ready to go, so you can have the best rebuild experience that you can for the rest of Madden 25. Oh yeah, let me add in another thing here. I forgot. So I had to add 4 or 5 guys who retired, and I'll have to add more if Aaron Rodgers goes somewhere. And I think not Russ, but like Lane Johnson retired. You're gonna have some players that retire, and it was really important to you. You gotta manually do it. That sucks. It's not as bad as you think. So I just went and found the worst player on the Eagles, and I did all the changing. So I added a year to his age. If you go in to Google and just type Lane Johnson Madden rating, you'll go to the Madden page where it lists out all his ratings. So that's all you gotta do. Just go to pick a worst player on the team, hit edit, and you set their weight, their school, all that stuff. So it is what it is. He'll probably retire again after this season. Who knows? I have his contract pretty much set to what it should be. All that information. I had to do this with Von Miller, who I have to throw in free agency, Lane Johnson, who else? A bunch of linebackers. Bobby Wagner, and the dude on the freaking Buccaneers I can't think of. So that might be the more tedious thing, but I'm telling you spread it out over a week, you're setting yourself up for the rest of the spring doing rebuilds. As we see who our teams draft, and other teams draft, and our favorite college players and where they're going, and do rebuilds with them. So there you go. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.